Am I overreacting? Or am I onto something? I have been with my girlfriend for 7 years. The relationship has been absolutely perfect until recently. She has a work friend, they have been texting for about a year now. I occasionally saw her texting him, and it was nothing suspicious, and I completely trusted her, so had no reason to go reading through the texts. A couple months ago I used her phone while she was out when a message popped up from this friend from work. It was again nothing suspicious, but I clicked on it and had a little read back at the message history. It only went back a week. I found this odd since she is practically a digital hoarder, never deletes any message, picture or apps from her phones. She has messages with other friends going back years and years. I found it odd and kept an eye on it over the next 2 months, and every time I checked couple times a week, old text messages would always have been deleted, only being those from a couple days back. There was never anything in the texts that would suggest cheating, but I couldn't shake my paranoia over why she could be doing this. I decided I would talk to her about it. I barely got a chance to say anything. I asked if she was happy with our relationship, and if she had any problems could we talk about them. I didn't mention some other man or anything about cheating, and the first thing she says is this about work friend? I was shocked and just said, well, it wasn't until you said that, but she then went on a rant about how she wasn't doing anything and I should trust her. I told her I did trust her, and we always usually about things if we're worried, but I just found it odd she would say that. Getting nowhere with the argument, I let it go, but I still can't shake the feeling something isn't right here. My unbreakable trust in this woman is broken. The deleting of her messages and her reactions are strange, right? Or am I overreacting? What should I do from here? Redditor's reactions, story 2 after. Redditor 1, defensive and says she is not cheating and you need to trust her. Translation: she is cheating and you can't trust her. Get out, man. Many affairs are with co-workers. This is no different. Redditor 2, it is shady as duck that their messages are often deleted while her other friends aren't. Redditor follow-up, there was a story not too long ago where the wife was open about her ongoing communications with another man. The husband left it alone. The wife shared some of the communications with the other guy that were haha, look what other man posted. Over time, she developed an emotional attachment that led to time and pregnancy. She decided to keep the baby, and was asking her husband to understand. She eventually disappeared, so not sure what the final outcome was. She claimed she had no idea that her interactions could lead down that path. So what? It did. Read Not Just Friends by Shirley Glass. And the fact that she knew you would question this guy tells you everything you need to know. If you care about your relationship, you are absolutely not overreacting. You throw away 99114343. Redditor 3, trust your gut. Her rant was because she is guilty, and when you wanted to talk she immediately knew but tried to make you guilty for her deceit. Best thing is to say you're right, I am suspicious, or best I set you free to get on with him, as he in reality it is who you want. So now you won't have hide it from me anymore. Story 2, think wife is cheating. I have tried to post about this topic 2 times with no response. I am new to Reddit and not sure how this works. I have been married to my wife 12 years, together 15. We both always say we are lucky to be together. A few months ago I noticed changes in her that worried me. I have been cheated on in the past and assume the sites are similar. I did not say anything. I did show her more love than usual and she did notice. We do not fight. I just know something is off. Works out at the gym every morning early and runs with the group on some weekends. I always support and compliment her. She is a beautiful woman. Since I suspect something, I bring up a conversation about cheating and how that would end us. She became irrational about it. Em talks a lot about her running group, and I know most of them. Recently she has brought up her coach and how good he is. The way she speaks throws my switch. He has been in picture 10 months and his wife left him 2 months ago. Wife knew exactly how long he was one of the gym coaches. Wife asks me to go to B-day party for him. I agree. We go and see a lot of people I knew from her group. When he arrives, my wife says she will be right back and greets him across the room. He looks at her and then at me and quickly back at her. How does he know who I am? Wife doesn't introduce us. She has a race and I start fumbling with Find My iPhone. Her devices say not sharing location. I bring it up and she says it's for stopping targeted sales pitches. I ask why all her gym friends have her location but not me. I tell her I now have a very bad feeling about all this. She gets pissed and gaslights me. My birthday and our anniversary over par weeks, nothing from her. Mention it during conversation and Em says nothing again, not even sorry. What do? I am totally alone in this. I am on the roller coaster now. She is not talking to me and my flight response is kicked in. I need proof to go on. She is smart and may never get it. Thank you for your time. Update. I would like to thank all of you for the response to my situation. As I said in my first post, I have not one person to talk to about this. A little more background on situation. We own a small business together. I am in field ops, training and management. Em is administrative and accounting. Em takes care of all dollar at work and home. I have credit cards and little cash, and I have had no problem with this. Past marriage I had to take care of everything, so this was a relief. Until now I placed all trust in Em. Now I realize this may have been a mistake. I told Em I now want access to all back office accounting software. She asked why and I told her I needed to see the live numbers. She tells me my paychecks are higher than hers. We had agreed in the past she would have higher pay due to her social security. She is older. After that she says let's go out to dinner tonight, all nice. Em does not lock or guard her phone. She has WhatsApp and I have heard from this site it works well for cheaters. I ask her about that as well. Dead end answer. After our confrontation she has been cold to me. I am getting my stuff together and preparing. We are civil to one another and she knows what I am thinking. I know she would cover tracks. Why allow access to phone but blow up at my uneasy feelings? What am I looking for in her phone? She gave it to me with little hesitation, swearing she has nothing to hide. I looked and did not find anything, confronted about sharing location and she added me to it. Seems I was the only one without access. We talked again and I asked about coach, last name, age, where he works. She claims she doesn't know. Okay. Need to do more digging. Em now knows severity of situation, changing her tone. It's all in my head now. Em is being nice now. I am now grieving the loss of our relationship. I now need to protect myself from her. Any ideas on how to go about hiring Pi with our fund commingled? Same question for hiring lawyers. Any pointers will be very appreciated. Again, thank you all for supporting me. Update to think wife is cheating. Again, many thanks to the Reddit community. Well, I am writing this at around 3 AM because I can't sleep. I have had no good sleep since last week. I have a lot more energy, which is odd, but maybe adrenaline from massive emotional swings. I am going to the gym and that has helped me feel a little better. I know I should have not confronted her with any of this until I had proof. Well, I could not do it. I am an emotional guy, I know, stupid, right? Well, when we talked Friday night, she gaslit the HLL out of me, and I noticed she had contempt in her voice. She said hurtful things, and I told her I knew she did something and I was willing to walk away right there. I informed her I would pull the licensing for the business and crash that. I said at that point, if it comes to it, lawyers would be the only way we would communicate. The gym running group came up, her friends, and I told her they were a bunch of S-bags. One I will call Wacko blurts out her husband tried to KLL himself the first 5 minutes of me being introduced to her. I have met him and he looks abused. We talked a lot. She said I am no saint, that she noticed me looking at other women. I have pulled away from her in the past few days. She has noticed this and is worried, believes I am going to leave her. She knows when I get gut feeling it is always spot on. My feelings now are like I am on autopilot. M swears she did nothing, gave me full access to phone and all passwords to everything. Location turned on. I looked at phone, found nothing. She wants to live side by side forever. Says she knew when we met that we were blessed. We have had a hard time with starting new business, high stress for both of us, true. I think I may consult, and attorney. Financially I do not know where I stand. I should have been more involved in our personal finances. M has said to please get involved with financial at work and home, she would love the help. My question: did I break her from the fog by telling her the action I was willing to take? M commented in supposed tone that I had thought this through. Should let her know I am consulting an attorney. Should I let things settle down and wait to see what she does? By the way, no fault state, kids grown, house in her name, businesses both ours. Money and assets not that important to me. I will obliterate business if it gets ugly though. Redditor's reactions, story 3 after. Redditor 1, she cleaned her phone before she gave it to you. I bet if you check the cloud you will find all the deleted stuff. I have read about people doing this and it shows everything they deleted or sent like pics. Good luck to you. Redditor follow-up, also check your phone bill. I know some apps won't show up on it, but if they got too comfortable you may see a number that is predominantly showing or not recognized. Good luck. Redditor 2, send her a text when apart the healing can't begin, until the last lie has been told. Then do not respond to her texts or calls. Let her stew on it. Is she still going to the gym? Does she love you or the business? Redditor 3, well, you blew it by confronting without evidence, and now you're stuck in a tough position of not knowing anything about anything. No, you probably didn't pull her put of the fog. She knows you don't actually know anything and is free to gaslight you at will if she's cheating. If she's not cheating, she now knows you don't trust her. Oh, I'm just an emotional guy is an excuse. You can't control yourself enough to even get evidence. That's reality. She might be 100% innocent, or 100% guilty, and your utter lack of self-control just made it incredibly difficult to tell which it is. So now you have a choice: boot her out based on nothing but your gut and that feeling doesn't go away by magic, BTW, or stay with her knowing you don't trust her, which, if she's innocent, will drive her away and destroy your marriage anyways. You were given good advice, but purposefully chose not to listen, and now you're in a tougher spot than you were in. You lost the upper hand, and she 100% knows it. My advice now? Apologize to her, mend fences, let everything go back to normal, let it get comfy over the coming months. If her behavior gets a little sketchy again, practice some self-control and get evidence first. Either that or just file for divorce and get over with. It's not like you trust her anyways. No sense in being married when you don't trust her, and there's no sense in her staying with a man who doesn't trust her. You're in a no-fault state, your gut feeling and no evidence of wrongdoing is enough to end the marriage. Ready to follow up? Honestly, at this point he should apologize, become more involved in the finances, play the nice trusting idiot husband for the next 6 months and start dismantling this marriage. I am also a little more cold and calculating, and once betrayed my emotional connection is flipped like a switch, so it would be pretty easy for me to do. Story 3, open relationship ends when GF breaks rules 15 days before I could propose. So I 24M was 15 days away from proposing to my GF 23F of 212 years. She recently identified as poly, I'm not. I figured that I was willing to try for her while we were long distance for the summer. I didn't want to, but I love her more than anything and wanted her to be happy. She said I could do whatever to whoever, I was only comfortable with her being with other women, she's bistimual. This was my way of dipping my toe into the proverbial water. She was unhappy at my restrictions but agreed as it was better than nothing. I didn't have any urge to meet anyone, but she encouraged me repeatedly to meet someone. I did. 3 different women. I hated all 3 experiences and made that known to her. I even told her the open relationship is over, but she begged to keep it, so I said sure and decided that I won't meet anyone else. While working at a summer camp, she met a guy she connected with. He was in an open relationship, and they connected because of that. She made it very clear that she had a small crush on him and wanted more with him. They would often have discussions about how I was being unfair. It was obvious to me when she said that he was manipulating her. I wasn't excited about it, but I had time 3 times, so I thought about it. We planned 2 days ahead of time to call and discuss expanding her boundaries. I was going to give her everything she wanted. We call and she admitted to have slept with that guy the night prior. She cried and begged, said that she was drunk, and every typical excuse in the book. We had discussed marriage for most of our relationship. She knew that I had the proposal planned. We had our lives planned out together. I just bought a $1,000 ring to propose with. I had this amazing day planned where we would go on a tour of Central Park, propose there, and then go to a musical, which is her favorite thing in the world. I have been with her through all of her physical and mental illnesses. We have a lease together for another year. I thought that we had built something amazing together. And in one night, she took away all my trust. And now I have to tell the dozens of people that were excited to see me propose that I got cheated on. The part that I struggle with is that I was about to let her have time with whoever. On one hand, she broke the rules of the game I didn't want to play. On the other, she was 24 hours away from that being allowed. Was I in the wrong? Should I forgive her or move on? Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, seems obvious you two aren't compatible. Op answer, that's what I'm thinking too. Because we were sorta in an open relationship, I could work past it. But I know that if we continue, this issue will come up again. Redditor 2, you're incompatible. Even if you forgive her, she wants to be able to sleep with whoever she wants. You don't, and don't want her to. So one of you is going to have to live with a major thing in the relationship that makes them unhappy, which breeds resentment, and will lead to a breakup eventually anyway. Op answer, that's the main reason for me not wanting to patch things up. I'm capable of saying this was a failed experiment and move on. Knowing that this could be an issue 15 years in the future makes me want to not even try. Redditor 3, This relationship was doomed the moment she said the word polyamorous, regardless if she broke the rules or not. Open relationships cannot work if only one party truly wants it. That always ends is deceit, heartache, and the end of the relationship. You are looking for a committed monogamous relationship and she is not. She's just not the one for you. Just count your blessings and move on. Bullet dodged. Op answer: I was hoping that I could like it. I could see some benefits like kink fulfillment that I couldn't get with her. And she only wanted it during periods of long distance, like her being at a summer camp. I thought I could warm up to it with communication and effort. Redditor 4, honestly, your relationship is over. You would not be happy with her having time with other people long term as you want a monogamous relationship. It would become too much, you would become bitter and resentful. It is easier to end it now rather than later. Op answer: I'm leaning towards your advice, friend. I could forgive her for breaking my rules, but I can't change that she doesn't like monogamy. Redditor 5, she recently identified as poly. Poly is not a S-time-mule orientation. It's a lifestyle. So identifying as poly is bullpoop. Should I forgive her or move on? Move on and count your blessings, you are not married. If you want her to hurt a bit more, tell her that you planned on proposing to her. Op answer: she knew. I accidentally put the proposal plans in a shared note on my phone and she told me that she saw it. Redditor 6, I've always said mid-20s is such a young age to get married. This proves my point 100%. Op answer: I thought the same thing for my entire life. I thought that she was the exception. She was perfect in every way with an amazing family. I wanted the happiness they gave me forever. I guess mid-20s is too young. Redditor 7, I think open relationships can only work if both are on board. If you only agree because she wants it, it's bound to fail, actually. Also, you had rules, she knew you weren't really comfortable with the situation itself and she still only did what she wanted. You're right, maybe she was only a few hours away from getting the permission, but wasn't it a F1 anyway since you would have only agreed for her? This is not about whether or not you would have allowed it anyway, I think it's about how she only considers her pleasure and doesn't care about your feelings. She's forcing her lifestyle on you and pushes your boundaries further and further. Be glad she did this now, it'll make you walk away before you marry her. It won't work on the long run because there just isn't a compromise both will be fine with. Op answer: she said that she would be monogamous with me after cheating. I don't think I could ever trust her again though.